Hello everyone, welcome back to JCE eConnect, the online series of lectures. In our previous session, we had started with uniform payment series. Okay, so in that uniform payment series, we have seen the concepts of what do you mean by NUT. Okay, then we have started two cases. One was equal payment series, compound amount factor. Okay, the next one was equal payment series to the sinking fund factor. Okay, so we have even seen the various numericals or the various cases that come across that kind of investment. Okay, so today we'll see the last two cases that is left. One is equal payment. We'll see the last third and fourth is what we have completed. So we will be seeing first and second. So we'll see equal payment series to the present worth factor. Okay, and we'll see equal payment series to the capital recovery factor. Okay, so the first one we'll see is equal payment series to the present worth factor, and also it is called as what? Capitalized cost. Why it is called like that is we'll see the concept. Okay, so in this case basically you try to find out the present worth and you already know how much is the amount. Okay, so basically what investment you should do now so that you get known value of year end payment for n years and the factor which will be multiplied with a known quantity of equal year end payment that will give you the present investment cost. Okay, so in this factor when multiplied with known value of equal year end payment will give you the present cost of the investment. Okay, so that is why this is known as what? Equal payment series present worth factor. Okay, means you are calculating the present worth value and already you know the rate of interest I, you know how much is the amount that you are getting or that you have to pay, and at a particular interest period retained for the particular period of time. Okay, so the best example here is what? Suppose every now suppose you take a loan. Okay, so when you take a loan today, you take or today you invest this much of the cost. Okay, so how much you have to repay to the bank at every year end or at every month end, whatever is the periodically payment that you have to make, you are going to calculate how much is that amount which you have to repay up to n years, that is up to the years your time period of your loan gets over. Okay, so did you understand this example? Or it may be even you keep some amount in the bank. Okay, so that every month this much amount is going to get released, that means it is an equal amount. So in both the cases you can understand, so it is called as what? Present worth factor, or else also it is called as what? Capitalized amount. Okay, so you are finding out the present worth. Okay, present worth of the value amount, you know how much is the amount, you also know how much is the rate of interest, so of that amount you are calculating today's worth, so it is called as what? Present worth. Okay, so you are going to find out present worth for the amount A that is already given. Okay, so the objective of this mode of investment is to find the present worth of an equal payment made at every interest period for n periods. Okay, at an interest rate I compounded at end of every interest period. Okay, so you can see the corresponding cash flow diagram. Okay, you are finding out how much is the present worth. Here I have shown as what? Benefit, because the amount is there in my account already. Okay, you can see I have the amount P and how much is the equal payment that I have to make up to n periods. Also the cash flow diagram can be in the other way. Okay, suppose if you are taking loan from somewhere, okay, that means already the amount is with you. Okay, just you are repaying the loan back up to how much? Up to n periods. Okay, so if A exists at end of every years for n years with rate of interest I, the present worth P is obtained by summing the present worth of equal payments of the amount. So here you can see again a small derivation. So I wish you will do this derivation on your own, and it is just your geometric series. Okay, so just try to understand, and I hope in your engineering mathematics you have done all this. Okay, so just will concentrate on your final formula. So you can see your final formula here, right? So you are finding out what? You are finding out the present worth. Okay, you are finding out the present worth of, already the amount is known to you, so you are multiplying, so this is your multiplying factor. Okay, so here you can see again you are finding out the present worth of the amount that is already known to you, so it is like P by A. Why? Because you are finding present worth for the amount that is already given I comma n. So this is from the table, and this is the formula, 1 plus I raised to n minus 1 divided by I 1 plus I raised to n. Okay, so it is called as what? You can see here in the formula here. So the present worth is equals to what? Amount. Okay, inside you are multiplying by uniform series to the present worth factor. It is not minus, it is uniform series to the present worth factor. Don't get confused. Okay, so now we'll see the second case, and later we will be solving the numericals. Okay, so the next factor is equal payment series capital recovery factor. That is, you are finding the amount A when P is given. Capital recovery, the word itself says how to recover the capital. Okay, the same example, suppose you have taken loan from somewhere. Okay, you are just going to find out the amount, how much amount has to be repaid up to n years to recover the entire capital. Okay, so here equal payment series capital recovery factor means you know the capital which you have at the present. Okay, so this capital will earn interest over the time. Okay, so now what should be the equal year end payment you should get in the future, so that the capital which you have the present aid, okay, which you have also the interest which it earns, means it is exhausted over the period of time. Okay, so your loan, and obviously you repay the loan up to the end years, right? Suppose if you have interest period of 10 years, up to 10 years your entire amount whatever you have taken from the bank today will get recovered back. Okay, then no need to pay, right? So this is called as what? Capital recovery factor. Okay, so this factor when multiplied with the present worth, that is your present investment cost, it will give you equal year end payment or equal year end income for you. Okay, so equal payment series capital recovery factor, and that is why symbol A by P means what exactly we'll see here itself. Okay, so here the objective of this mode of investment is to find out the annual equivalent amount A. Did you understand? Which is to be recovered at end of every interest period for n interest periods for the loan P, which is sanctioned now at an interest rate I, compounded at end of every interest period. So you are able to see the cash flow diagram. Okay, you are taking today and you are finding out how much to repay back up to end of n interest period. Okay, so here also we have so I have told you in the first class also, here we have 3 formulas, and the other 3 formulas are the reciprocate of the 3 what you are studying. Okay, so here the capital recovery factor is reciprocate of the previous one that I showed you, that is present worth amount, right? So there you are finding out what you are able to see. So here what you are finding in the previous case, you are finding present worth of the amount that is given to you, but in this case you are finding out amount A for the present worth already that you have, for the present investment already what you have made, you are finding out the amount A. Okay, so here you are able to see A is equal to the present worth P, in the bracket whatever is the multiplying factor, that is I 1 plus I raised to n divided by 1 plus I raised to n minus 1. Also A is equals to P into Why it is A by P? Because you are finding out the amount for the present investment already that you are making, I comma n. Okay, so the quantity in the bracket is called as what? Capital recovery factor, using the functional symbol A by P, I comma n. So here the amount is equals to this one you are multiplying into the present worth P. Okay, so here how you are going to understand this? It is uniform series to the capital recovery factor. It is not minus, again I am telling you, it is uniform series to the capital recovery factor. Okay, so now we shall see few cases relating to this. So I have told you how to understand the problem, because here you have 6 formulas, right? In the exam any problem can be asked. How to predict what kind of a problem it is? Okay, it will be hidden in form of a statement. Okay, so you have to understand the statement of the problem well. So that is what I have been telling since so many days. Okay, so just see here, a certain piece of equipment in a computer CPU saves 8,000 per year in material 6 years. Okay, so if sales organization has to earn 18% rate of interest or rate of return, how much could be justified now? Okay, that means they are just finding out that okay, there is a equipment, whether you can invest in that particular thing or no. Okay, because here they are saying what, it saves 8,000 per year at this much rate of interest and all. So here whether it is good to purchase that piece of equipment or no, you have to make a decision. So already the amount A is given, n years, okay, rate of interest I is given. So you are finding out present worth to decide whether it is effective investment or no. Okay, so it is the first case, that is equal payment series to the present amount, present worth factor. Okay, so you have the formula P is equals to A. P is equals to A 1 plus I raised to n minus 1, or else you can also use the table, that is P is equals to A into P by A I comma n. So in my previous both the lectures I have showed you how to use the compound interest tables. So you are going to use the table. So here in the table, which column you are going to check? You have to check P by A, that is uniform payment series to the present worth factor. You are going to check in the column P by A at rate of interest 18%. Okay, and at years, that is n, you will be checking for 6 years. Fine. So this is what is the formula. So when you substitute, you will be getting an answer. Okay, so we'll see the second case. So in our second case, the problem is what? If 28,500 is deposited into savings account that earns 14% every year. Did you understand what is given? If 28,500 is deposited into savings account that earns 14% every year, and that could be withdrawn at end of each year of 15 years. Okay, so what you are doing, this much amount, that is 28,500 is whatever the amount, okay, you are depositing into the savings account which will earn 14% every year. So how much will be the annual amount that could be withdrawn for 15 years? That is how much is the value of A that you can withdraw for coming 15 years. Today's present value. Okay, today you are making investment of this much amount, that is 28,500. That 28,500 will earn interest of how much? 14% for 15 years. So how much is the amount that you can withdraw every year is what you have to find out. Okay, so the present worth is given to you. Okay, you can see here the present worth is given to you I, and you are finding out A. So it is the second case of factor, that is what? Capital recovery factor. So A is equals to P of, you have a formula, you are finding out the amount for already the present worth. So you are finding out A by P. So you have to check this column in your interest table. Okay, so A is equals to P, A by P, I comma N. Okay, so just substitute, you will be getting the answer. Okay, so now we'll see another two problems. So in this problem you are seeing a bank gives a loan to a company, okay, to purchase an equivalent worth of how much, 10 lakhs at an interest rate of 12% compounded annually. This amount should be repaid in 15 years. Same, a loan example. It with equal installments. Find out the installment amount that the company has to repay to the bank. Okay, so what a bank gives loan of this much means what? That is the present worth. Okay, you are for 15 years, you have time of 15 years. In 15 years, how much is the amount that you have to repay either every month or every year? That is what you are finding for 15 years. Here it is not every month, it is year end payment. Every year how much you have to pay for 15 years with certain rate of interest. Okay, so you can see the cash flow diagram here. I have told you the cash flow diagram has 1 to 2 marks in the problem for the exam. So don't forget to draw the cash flow diagram. Also when you find out the answer, okay, don't forget to write down the final statement of your answer. Okay, so here we'll see you are finding out amount for the present worth. So your in the table what you have to check, A by P, that is the compound interest table. So and this A by P should be multiplied into the present worth because you are finding out the amount. Okay, so your amount A is equals to P into A by P from the table. So A is equals to P, A by P, I comma N. Okay, so this much is the amount that you have to pay at end of every year. Fine. Now we'll see another example. So see here, a company wants to set up a reserve, okay, which will help the company to have an equal year-end payment or equivalent amount of rupees 10 lakhs for the next 20 years towards its employee welfare measures. The reserve is assumed to grow at the rate of interest of 15% annually. Find out the single amount that must be made now as a reserve. That must be made now as a reserve means what? Single amount. So you are finding out the present worth of that amount, that is P. Okay, amount value is given, that is how much? 10 lakh rupees. Interest I is 15 years and this is what you have to find out. So the formula is given and how it is found out is also given. So I hope you have understood all the 6 cases and I want you to practice all this very well because nextly we'll be starting with the methods of comparison. Methods of comparison means what? You know the present amount, you know the annual equivalent also and you know the future cost also. So 1 to 1 you're going to compare to check which kind of a investment is best. Okay, when 2 cases are given, so which case is best is what you have to find out. So the next numericals are little bit lengthy. If you have to understand that well, all these problems you have to understand well. Okay, so to just make your things much more easier, okay, just solve these numericals also. Okay, solve these numericals also what I have given here. Okay, so again it is F by some extra numericals are there. Solve it. If you have any doubt you can ask me. Okay, so just to make your things much more easier, you can see I have made here the interest table. I'll be even attaching this page to your notes today. Okay, so I have told you, you have to just remember 3 formulas. The other 3 formulas are the reciprocate of the same. So here you have single payment first. So in the single payment you are able to see the first one is what? You are finding out future worth of the present amount. The second one you are finding out here. Okay, you can see here the first one you are finding out F for P, the second one you are finding out P for F. So here the first one formula, you know, 1 plus I raised to n, that is single payment compound amount factor. Reciprocate of that is your second one, single payment to the present worth factor 1 plus I raised to n. Okay, so here the functional notation is F by P, here it is P by F, right? If you remember the first one, the second one is reciprocate. Okay, similarly even in your uniform payment series, if you remember, okay, if you remember the uniform series present worth factor, capital recovery factor is a reciprocate of that. Okay, you are able to see You are finding out P for when A is given, A when P is given. Okay, similarly, compound amount factor and sinking fund factor are reciprocate of each. If you remember the first one, the second one is reciprocate of the first one. Okay, so to make it easier, I have made a small this formula page. Okay, so just I'll be attaching this, and I want you also to write down this on a paper and then solve all the numericals, so that there is no need to by heart at the end. Okay, you will remember all the formula definitely for sure. Okay, so I hope you have understood today's lecture. Just practice well using the compound interest table. Okay, thank you.